The Southwind Coach Conversation brought to you by Dave's Collision Shop and Becker Hardware, previewing the season with head coach Jason Ohrt. And coach, guys have been at it for about 3 weeks. How much growth has your team made here in preseason camp?
Oh, I think it's been pretty significant. We had a really good summer off season in the weight room. Guys came in really good shape, and they're doing a really good job right now to start out camp and start out the preseason. And we had a good scrimmage the other night, and things are going pretty well right now.
I know you got a lot of guys that were young last year that got a little bit of on-the-job training, if you will, throughout the varsity schedule. How much growth did those guys who got some varsity experience last year make prior to starting practice this year?
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, we definitely quite a bit of growth there, and a lot of those kids were also key contributors in their other sports they were involved in throughout the course of the school year. And we've got a lot of experience back this year. Our numbers aren't the best, but that's a problem everywhere. I think for the most part, especially small school football. But we've got guys that are versatile, could play multiple positions. We got some guys that are playing on the line and playing skill positions too as well. And we're just trying to make the most out of what we have.
How often have you had guys that could play skill positions and on the lines? Because seemingly that's a luxury to have, and it doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, and I think it's a lot. It contributes to a lot to our weight room in our strength and conditioning program. We're really developing these kids, and for a while there, I think we kind of fell back on that a little bit. We just weren't as intense, and we didn't emphasize the weight room as well as we had in the past. And we got back to it, and I really feel like that this group that we have right now has bought into that, and not only bought in, but they excel and they really enjoy it, and that's played a big role in as far as developing these guys into versatile athletes.
And you mentioned you had a scrimmage the other night against Clayton Ridge. What were your main takeaways from that scrimmage?
I thought our defense played very well. We were ready. We tackled well. We made plays on the ball, limited their first downs, and offensively, we gelled right away. We had a lot of success in the run game. They tried to do some things to get us off our count with the option, but we were able to adjust and make big plays in the option game too as well. And we hit a couple of big pass plays too in play action. So I was pretty pleased. There's a lot of things to get better at, and we're doing that right now.
And breaking news for those of you not paying attention, it's been hot this week. Obviously, probably as hot as I'm guessing you can remember getting ready for week number one of the season. Have you guys made any adjustments from a practice perspective that you can find that happy medium between getting your kids ready for week number one, but at the same time doing it in a healthy and safe way?
Yeah, player safety is number one, and we want to make sure that our guys have fuel in the tank for Friday. So we are definitely addressing that, whether it's less time outside, more time in the air conditioned film room, things like that. Not wearing all the gear all the time, frequent water breaks, Gatorade, things like that. Just things that pretty much all our schools are probably doing and really conscious and aware of. And the state does a really good job of making sure that we understand heat acclimation and things like that, and taking care of our kids, and we're doing everything we can to make sure that they're ready to go for Friday.
And Starmont comes to town Friday night. What do you expect out of the Stars?
Well, they're very balanced offensively, and they've got a lot of skill guys coming back as well. Last year we got them in a position where they had to throw quite a bit. I think first and foremost, they're still going to try and run the ball. We've got to be able to stop the run, and once we do that, if we get them into a situation where they have to pass instead of want to pass, we're going to be in a good position.
All right, Coach. First of all, keep your kids cool this week during practice. Keep them healthy Friday night. We wish you best of luck as you get the season underway.
All right. Thank you, Darren.
Jason Ohrt, head coach of the Southwind Warriors, brought to you by Dave's Collision Shop and Becker Hardware.